Hello everyone, my name is Illumide.
And my name is Christy.
And welcome to the Big Empty Purse podcast. So, on today's episode, we will be discussing social media part 2. Do you remember the time that Zuckerberg had to testify before Congress? We're going to break it down to you why Mark Zuckerberg was testifying to Congress. Okay, this is all about like the Cambridge Analytica scandal. And basically, Cambridge Analytica is a political data firm hired by Trump's 2016 campaign. So the issue was that the company asked Facebook users to take a personality survey on an app. And as soon as they took that survey, the app basically collected all their data, the location, their likes, who they're related to, yada, 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 and used that data to tailor propaganda and inaccurate news, which would then be used to influence people's behavior in a way that could change, I don't know, say their voting. Basically, they're upset because this undermined democracy. And that was the issue.
Right. The Tide Pod Challenge, where people would eat Tide Pods. I meant Harlem Shake and I wrote Harlem Shuffle. But I changed it. I fixed it.
We thought it was just people tweaking. Right.
Yeah.
Because that's what people call the Harlem Shake. If you are going through withdrawal symptoms from using high doses of recreational drugs. I actually participated in one too, which is why I feel so terrible about this. I got out of bed. I went to campus and I tweaked on a lawn for roughly 15 seconds for social media. This is how you know we are a crazy bunch of people. Does that sound like normal behavior? Does what I just described sound like normal behavior?
It sounds more normal than eating a Tide Pod, but that's not very high bar.
The last episode, we actually didn't cover a lot of the major social medias. We skipped a few. So one of the ones that we missed from last time was Tumblr. Tumblr was really popular, I suppose, shortly after Facebook became popular. I don't know how to describe Tumblr. Like, how would I describe Tumblr to somebody who has never used Tumblr? Like,
I don't know. I actually was really late to Tumblr.
So I was on Tumblr pretty much every day. I learned a little bit about everything. And the one experience that I remember from Tumblr is learning about fashion in general. If you think about all the clothes that you and I wear, if you think about a turtleneck, for instance, the first time a turtleneck appeared as a piece of garment, somebody had to design it. You don't think of turtlenecks today, but there was a point in history where they didn't exist. Someone had to create it, and now everybody knows what a turtleneck is. The tweed suit that Chanel has that everybody can recognize when you see the tweed suit. That tweed suit was basically Coco Chanel being like, everything up until this point in history has been women in corsets. It's uncomfortable, and we are tired of the shit. Coco Chanel was a feminist. She was like, so women, we're just not going to be wearing corsets now. I'm going to make you a fashionable tweed suit. And everybody was like, but tweed, that's a man's jacket. And Coco was like, not anymore. And she made these beautiful tweed suits that are iconic. But that's what I mean. Like, the moment in fashion that the Chanel brand came to be, people just say, oh, Chanel, Chanel, Chanel. But they don't understand what was so important that she added to the world. Yves Saint Laurent, he actually was popular because before he came around and started giving women pantsuits, women in high society or for professional reasons just didn't wear pants. And he was like, yeah, fuck that. Women are going to start wearing pants. And from that point forward, pantsuits became a thing. Women could wear pantsuits in a professional setting. Most people look at fashion in like the vain, vapid way. I don't know if it makes sense. Like, oh, they just think about the cute dresses, the pretty photos, and posing like a model. That's not fashion. I would go look at the collections now and think, if I were alive 100 years from now, would I look back on any of these pieces and say, this was the moment that this came to be like a garment in popular culture.
Right.
And I look at the new collections like that, like, what is the thing about this that will make sense in 100 years? What is the thing about this that is going to be the first time we've seen it in history? And it was the takeoff point. Fashion was not the only thing that Tumblr got me hooked on, but a whole bunch of other things that it just pretty much opened my thinking about those things.
Well, man, now I feel upset that I missed the boat on Tumblr because I didn't get a Tumblr until like way later, like 2015 or 16. I followed 3 people. I followed you, one friend who does like historical fabric restoration, and another one who just like reblogs memes about about being bisexual, so I just like reblogged those and reblogged like photos of Beyonce from your Tumblr, and I did that for a year, and then I abandoned my Tumblr, and that's all I did with Tumblr.
Tumblr was great. I don't know if I've done justice explaining why Tumblr was great, but it really was. The other social media platform we're going to discuss is, of course, LinkedIn. LinkedIn, why it exists is beyond me. Like, for those of you who are not on LinkedIn, which I suppose is nobody, it's basically a Facebook for professionals.
Because I feel like LinkedIn originally was just like your resume on a website, which was fine. I feel like that function was fine, and you could just go look up someone's LinkedIn, and it was like reading their resume. But then they tried to like turn it into the social media site, and it messy.
I think the general consensus of everyone who's on LinkedIn is that we don't want to be here.
No one is here by choice.
No. Yeah, all of us are on LinkedIn, and I'm like, I still think it's trash. I don't have, like, and LinkedIn will be like, put your photo up so people can recognize you. I'm like, I don't even want to be here. Why would I? Because everybody wants to seem like a successful professional on LinkedIn, everybody's lying. They will lie about their qualifications, stupid and unnecessary long yet vague job titles. Somebody would make a sentence like, I have extensive experience overseeing the innovative core competency of the bleeding edge in order to achieve synergy and maximize client satisfaction.
You didn't say anything.
What? A lot of what they do, you can never figure it out.
No.
What is your job? And they can't tell you. It's just, meanwhile, it's all highfalutin bullshit because the person who has all this core competency bullshit is on the Capitol being a gopher.
Yeah.
Like, your job, ma'am, is to go get us coffee at 3 meetings every day. And they will get on LinkedIn and be like, by the way, I'm not shading anybody who works for a living getting coffee on the Capitol. Like, I respect everybody's hustle. You really just want to lie and say, I do core competency, when really what you do is get coffee.
Maximize the client satisfaction by providing innovative nourishment. Here we go. It's like LinkedIn influencers, which is just, don't be that. Don't be that. Here's one. This woman who talks about, I bought lunch for a homeless man and then took him to a meditation class. I don't want nor need recognition for what I did. Like, what? Then don't post it on LinkedIn that you took a homeless man to a meditation class. What are you talking about?
Kristen! He saw a homeless man, took him to a meditation.
To a meditation class.
Because that's what a homeless person needs.
But Illuminate, they don't want nor need recognition for taking that homeless man to that.
For taking him to the meditation class. I'm dying. There's also another social media that we missed last time, Pinterest. Which, by the way, what the fuck is Pinterest?
As far as I can tell, it's 50% photos of food and drinks that you will never make, and 50% photos of blonde brides with 6 identical bridesmaids holding some kind of DIY thing. As far as I can tell,
that's the model.
That's the content of Pinterest. I followed this exercise YouTube channel. Shout out. I think it's called Blogilates is the channel. But she did this exercise series where, like, if you did the exercise series and you posted about it on Instagram every day for 30 days, you got a free tank top. I'm ashamed to say I did this. I love that tank top. I deleted all those Instagram posts as soon as I got the tank top.
Did you know if you're watching a YouTube video and there are a whole bunch of ads in the middle and you don't want to watch the ads, just toggle the player all the way to the end of the video, let the video run out, and when the replay button comes up, you just click the replay button. All those ads are gone because it already assumed you've seen them once. On that note, that concludes today's talk about social media, the part 2.
Thanks for joining us, even though we lied to you about the topic. You can follow us on Twitter. You can follow us on Twitter and on Instagram at bigemptypurse. Tweet us, message us, talk to us. We promise we won't do social media part 3 next week.
On next week's episode, we'll be talking about sports.
But actually.
Until next time.